The title of the show, Time is the Wisest Counselor, Variations on a Theme. It might come across as sounding a little silly, but it's actually a fortune from a fortune cookie. When I had my restaurant, it was a Thai restaurant, so there would be many long nights and a snowy night when we wouldn't have customers or were slow. I would just break open the fortune cookies and sketch them. I would always joke that I was the Georgia O'Keeffe of fortune cookies, so I would have all these black and white sketches of the fortune cookies, and sometimes my customers would want them and take them. So for me, the fortune cookie is another piece of me, another, I guess, glimpse into this self-portrait show. This show, it's actually different than what I've normally been showing. I've been exhibiting for a long time, primarily photography. Internationally, I've had exhibits, everywhere from Los Angeles to New York, but it's primarily been photography. And a lot of it was my lifestyle. I had a very busy day. It was easier for me to edit photography, even though I've always been an artist, a painter, a sculptor as well. But I took the time to sit and create new pieces, and each one of these has taken me through about 5 years of my life. I've gone through a lot of different changes, as most of us do around this period of time. I lost a parent tragically. I got married. I had another long relationship prior to that ended. I relocated. I switched careers. So it's just every aspect of my life had changed. So each one of these pieces kind of represents a piece of that, everything from color to the pattern. There's a lot of numerology in here too. My birthday is the 12th, so there's 12 fortune cookies. On this particular piece here, there's 12 inches of white. So there's a lot of numerology in the pieces as well. The dominant, motif in here is the bamboo pattern. And how that came about is I currently live with my husband in his home, and he had been there 15 years. I just moved in, and it just hasn't felt like home yet, even though we have a wonderful relationship. But when you move into someone's home, it's hard to make it your own. So I was sitting at the dining room table one day, and I had my cell phone on the table, and it was off. And I looked up, and there was a reflection in my phone, and it was the pattern of a vintage light fixture that's in the house. We live in an old house from the 20s. And I saw that, and I found beauty there, and I'm like, okay, this is mine. So I kind of felt like it gave me a new sense of home in the house. So all of these, like I said, the bamboo patterned pieces in here are representing a sense of home. I have one piece of photography in here, but I thought that kind of lent itself to the show. Again, everything has sort of a botanical kind of feel, and then also it's showing the beginning of where I started in this process. Even though a lot of this is about a 5-year journey, all this work is new. So that's why I have the piece of photography. I think that's from 2010, but I've done a lot of similar work like that. And that's taken at the Garfield Park Conservatory in Chicago, which is one of my favorite places. And then I also have a couple ink sketches that are a little older, from 2014, I think. There's one of a mountain scape. And I used to live in Colorado as a child, so that's just a drawing of a landscape of the view from my window. Again, part of that's why I included that one and the photograph, because I felt like it kind of tied into the theme of a journey. I like to use unconventional materials. Even though I may have a painting on canvas, I'm using latex acrylics, house paints. In this particular show, I'm using liquid gold leaf. So different things that are out of the, general wheelhouse of just doing, ceramics or oil paints or acrylics. I like to use different materials. So the hardware store is definitely my favorite place to purchase my materials. I don't think it's necessarily 100% based on the area that I live in, being in Northwest Indiana, but it's definitely the essence of where we are, hardworking, working with our hands, working with natural materials, working with industrial materials. And I think that's part of the reason I enjoy the process of creating my work, is that I enjoy working with the materials, working with my hands, and then having the final product. So it's just something that's been in our family and encouraged. And even though they would have preferred I had gone to medical school and been a doctor, but I think they're incredibly happy and supportive of where the arts have taken me.